All right, welcome to Madden 23 and welcome to my Chicago Bears rebuild. I'm going to be diving into franchise mode today, really for the first time. I've really only advanced past the first week in franchise, so I haven't gotten to the new off season, see what that looks like, and we'll be doing that today. Um, I've got auto upgrade players on, so I'm just going to do that anytime it pops up. Otherwise, it just takes way too much time. The first thing we got to do is set up our preseason roster. And we're going to start by looking over free agency and seeing if there's anybody that we want. And there's probably going to be Tariq Cohen. Let's bring him in. Former Chicago Bear, bring him back. I don't know if we got a fullback or not, so we're going to sign one. Sorry if I sound a bit stuffy. I'm a little bit under the weather. There's COVID going around our house. I think I may have picked it up. So I'm a shut-in right now. I'm on lockdown for the foreseeable future. So I'm going to have a lot of time to pour into this. Sign a young tight end. Any of these guys we don't use, we can just go ahead and cut after we look over our roster. The Bears' offensive line is bad, so I know we're going to need an offensive lineman. I don't even need to look at the roster yet. No, the Bears' offensive line is bad. How bad yet? I don't know. All right, let's look at what we got, and then we can return to free agents. Because we're already 4 players over the roster limit. Fields, Semien, and Peterman. Fields is going to be our QB going forward. I believe Justin Fields, at least in terms of Madden. I don't know if he's got the talent around him to be successful in the real life NFL, but for Madden purposes, he should be fine. Semien's a fine backup. Peterman is just a guy. He's just there. He's along for the ride. Running back room is okay. We do have a fullback, so we don't need Mason Stoke. We can go ahead and cut him. Don't need to carry 2 fullbacks. Good thing we signed Will Fuller, because there's not a lot here as far as wide receivers go. Even more. I have no idea who this guy is. He's a 25-year-old rookie from Tennessee. He got a sizable signing bonus, so he must have been a fairly high pick. Let's take a look. I have legit never heard of this guy. He was a 3rd-round pick. Okay. We'll see if he makes the roster. I kind of doubt it. Tight ends, fine. We don't need a long snapper. It's just not a thing in Madden. Riley Reef is fine for a year. We're going to have to do some major work on this offensive line over the course of the rebuild. Tevin Jenkins should be a long-term fit. I'm going to kick Eric Flowers over to right guard. Taking a little bit of a long time here. Okay. I'm just seeing that the suspension came through for Watson. Deshaun Watson's going to be out 11 weeks. Still feels a little bit light, but I guess that's what they settled on. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. Muhammad. The Bears run a 4-3? Yeah, it looks like they do. Okay. That's good because I want to run a 4-3. The defense isn't that bad. This roster isn't as terrible as I thought it was going to be. I mean, it's not good. Let's not get that wrong, but it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. We still got to cut some players. Running backs are fine. I can lose some of these wide receivers. I don't need like 11 wide receivers on the preseason roster. Most of these guys are going to wind up getting cut anyway. Equanimeous St. Brown, oh, I remember him at Notre Dame. I'm from the South Bend area, so Notre Dame is huge here. So I remember most of those guys. Cole Kmet. Zachary Thomas. Do not need a 57 overall tackle. Okay, that should be enough players cut to go ahead and advance through the preseason. He's a trade target. Robert Quinn. I don't think this team's going to be very good, so I should probably tear it down and trade a player like Quinn. But he is a mentor, but there's nobody to mentor. Maybe that raises his trade value. I'm kind of hoping. Oh, boy. The D-line is bad. The D-line's real bad. I can go get linebackers. I'm not super worried about linebacker. He's a bridge player. I want to go get a middle linebacker. Corner, I think I'm gonna let the young guys play. I hope Kyler Gordon develops at least into a slot corner. Jalen Jones. He's 24 already. He's just not going to develop into a usable player. All right. So I definitely want a linebacker. Maybe I got 5 roster spots open. I got to work on the defense a little bit. Find a safety. Is there a younger corner? Like Kevin King? Yeah, let's sign Kevin King. Just to add a little bit of depth. I'm kind of hedging right now. I don't know if we want to be the worst team in the NFL or if we want to actually try to be competitive this first year. Joe Schobert's fine. He's an okay linebacker. I don't know what he's doing out there. Is he still a free agent in real life? Or did he sign somewhere and they just haven't updated yet? Jalen Smith, there's another Notre Dame guy. Let's bring him in. I'm not a Notre Dame fan, but most of my friends are Notre Dame fans. So I kind of follow the team from a distance. I've kind of grown to like some of their players, even if I don't like the team, just from proximity. All right, that's fine. We're good enough. This doesn't have to be perfect. We're not going to the Super Bowl this year. I want to kick one of these guys out to outside linebacker. Jalen Smith seems like the guy. Alright, we're good. We're good to go. Let's go ahead and advance through to week 4 of the preseason to make our cuts. I don't give a shit about wins and losses at this point. It seems like it sims a little bit quicker than it did last year. Last year, it took a minute. This year, it's only a matter of seconds. They've kind of improved load time there. Let's auto upgrade all these guys. Alright, we got 20 players to cut, and Nathan Peterman is number 1. Let's get him the hell off of this roster. Semien is fine as a backup for now. Northwestern kid, hometown boy. Treston Ebner. Man, where did the Bears find these guys? Never heard of Treston Ebner. I'm going to carry 6 wide receivers. There's 4, 5, 6. I'm going to cut David Moore and Tajay Sharp, and Jones Jr. is going to make the roster. I don't have much use for marginal 27-year-old players on a team that's rebuilding. I already brought in Will Fuller, so it's not like he has no targets. Like, he'll be fine. Josh Fields will be fine. Or Justin Fields will be fine. Josh Fields, where the hell did I get that? I'm wondering if I'm going to do that this whole franchise now. If I'm going to want to call him Josh Fields. I don't know where the hell that's sticking in my head. I don't know if that's a baseball prospect or something. Ryan Griffin is just not good. And he's making pretty big money for backup tight end. Let's just rip the Band-Aid off now and get him off the roster. I hope Riley Reef isn't signed to a long-term deal. I doubt he is. It's probably a year or two. I can live with that. Julian Davenport, nope. Dakota Dozier, nope. Doug Kramer, Lucas Patrick. I mean, Schofield isn't a bad backup, but I'm always going to go with younger players on a team like this. Zachary Thomas, just 24 as a 64 overall rookie. Throw him on the practice squad and maybe he'll develop into a backup for next season. I'm going to carry 5 defensive ends. There's 5 defensive ends. It's not super inspiring. Okay, what I'm going to do is get rid of Snowden. And I'm going to slide one of these defensive tackles over to left defensive end. Probably Mario Edwards. Okay. There's our D line. We're playing a 4-3, so we need 4 D tackles. Do not need Joe Thomas. I don't think I can get any trade value for him, so I might as well just cut him. I need 3 middle linebackers. Let's send Johnson to the practice squad. Jack Sanborn to the practice squad. Two, 3, 4, 5. Stroman. I think Stroman's a former Tampa Bay Buccaneer, I believe. Kendall Vildor. Practice squad eligible. Not that Lamar Jackson. It's not even worth putting him on the practice squad. Bo Pete Keys. Okay. I like that name, so he's going to the practice squad. Michael Joseph. Cut. Alright, we're almost there. This part's a grind. It's only going to be like this for the first season. Trenton Gill. NC State. I swear, I learn about teams' rosters by playing Madden. Some of these guys, I had no fucking clue who they are. I'm just hearing their name. Trenton Gill, no idea. Never heard of that punter in my life. Maybe I need to start watching more college football. Alright, we are... Well, shit. Let's see if anybody got cut that we need to pick up. Sony Michel. Jamal Williams. Okay. I'll take Sony Michel. We'll find a spot for him. Anthony Brown, Purdue kid. I remember him. Daniel Mosley. I mean, we're good at corner. Samson Abukum. I mean, there's just nothing out there that's really going to make a big difference. This is just not that good of a team. I don't think we're going to be able to scoop anybody off of a practice squad that's going to be a long-term piece. Oh, let's just bring in Sony Michel, cut a running back, and we're going to be good to go. Darrington Evans. Hopefully he's practice squad eligible. I actually like him. I'm sorry if I have to sneeze or blow my nose during this video. I apologize ahead of time. If you weren't here earlier, COVID's going through our house. I'm in lockdown. And I'm not feeling the greatest right now. Let's see. Let's go ahead and advance to week 1 of the regular season. We'll set up our depth chart. Set our season goal. And then we're going to go ahead and probably advance to mid-season and see how we're sitting. We're not expecting to be very good. I think 4 wins is a reasonable goal. I think we can clear that, maybe get to 5 or 6. Draft class, we're just going to use um, whatever the CPU generates. I let auto scouting go. I know that's probably not what I should do. I should manually do it, but it's such a time sink. I would much prefer the computer just do a halfway decent job. They probably won't, which pisses me off a bit, but oh well. It's only the draft. It's only the biggest fucking part of a rebuild, the biggest part of a franchise. I don't think there's really anything I need to look at here. It's not like the Bears have a lot of young players that I need to get into the lineup. For such a shitty roster, it's an old roster. It's depressing. They've still got Roquan Smith for now. I want Kyler Gordon playing as much as possible. Gordon and Brisker are like the two guys that I want to build around on this defense. Hopefully one of them gets a dev trait. It's like Cohen be the third down back. Mooney's a slot guy. I want Roquan playing linebacker. I don't want him being a pass rusher. Slot corner. I mean, this is just miserable. Just miserable. We'll go Kevin King and then Kyler Gordon. I feel bad for Justin Fields. Honestly, he could not have gotten drafted into a worse situation. I hope the new GM and the new direction of the organization actually knows what they're doing. That simmed really fast. I might just sim game by game. That takes no time at all. I hope they know what they're doing because this franchise just seems like it has no direction whatsoever. Like maybe they'll try to pull like a Jacksonville Jaguars next year, take all this rollover cap and spend huge in free agency next year, but like traditionally the Bears ownership has just not wanted to spend. And not being able to draft, not wanting to spend, I don't know how you're gonna build a winning team. I'm surprised Roquan wants to sign with us. There's not a huge difference between team friendly and neutral. Let's do neutral and reduce it to 5 years. See if he'll take that. Well, shit. Okay, so we're gonna have to give him that 6th year. David Montgomery. He wants 5 years. I think he's probably worth it. It's not a huge cap hit. I'm fine with this. Wow, for having high re-sign interest, they both want player friendly deals. Easy for me to say. Oh boy, that's not a great start. That's not a great start to the rebuild. All right, we're 0-2 playing the 0-2 Texans. This might be one of our few shots at a win. Hey, we got it. I'm not checking in with the QB. I could care less what he has to say. All right. Wow, Roquan's testing free agency. Okay. Good starting point. They rejected the offer already. Man, I just don't want to give him that sixth year. I don't want to be paying David Montgomery until he's 31 years old. You know what I'm saying? Let's try to up the money and see if he'll take that. Thank God. Okay. I might franchise tag Roquan. I cannot let him walk. I know he doesn't want to resign. That's fine. I mean, there's a real possibility I don't resign another player. Will Fuller. Well, he doesn't want to resign. This is going to be tough. This is going to be tough because nobody's interested in the Bears because it's a shit show. I actually really like that addition to franchise mode. It makes it feel alive. It makes each franchise feel different. It adds a challenge to it that didn't exist before, where I felt like you could just build a super team. You can start off as a 70 overall, and within a couple years, build a super team. I do not need to re-sign anybody because the only player I'm interested in is Roquan. So let's just go ahead and keep getting our asses beat. Keep advancing. At some point here, I'm probably going to trade Robert Quinn. We're 1-4. It's not happening this year. Now might be the time to pull the trigger before he gets hurt. Wait, hold on. Roquan. Why doesn't he have a signing bonus? Is he in the last year of his rookie deal, or did he already get franchise tagged? Time out here. This is actually going to make a big difference in what I do with him. Alright, he's in his 5th year option. So I could franchise tag him, and I'm going to do it. I could also trade Will Fuller. He's not going to re-sign with us. He's got interest from the Bengals. He's got interest from the Browns. It's good. Let's see if we can get a 2 and a 5 from the Browns. Oh, it's not even close. Let's see if we can get a 2. Lucky for you, Browns, I can kick in a 7th rounder. Done deal. Robert Quinn is... This is going to be a hit. Rollover cap from 21. Oh, okay. So they already counted a rollover cap. I got a $58 million cap penalty for 2022. It doesn't show the 2023 cap penalty, but it's going to be significant trading away Robert Quinn. So what? It's really going to depend on what we can get for him. If I can get a high pick for him, which it doesn't look like it right now, it's worth trading him. If not, he's just going to ride it out with this shitty Bears team. Nobody's that interested. Wow. I mean, somebody here I'm going to have to try to snag. Let's try the Steelers. See if I can snag a second round pick. Alright, well, he's not getting traded. It's not worth taking the cap hit right now to trade him away. Maybe I'll try it again next offseason. Maybe even cut him. Let's see. I might be able to package Schobert and King together. Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. King's hurt? What about Schobert and Michelle? I doubt I'm going to get any teams that have both in the green, so the best I can probably do is green and yellow. With green and yellow, I'm hoping I can pull a first round pick out of somebody. That works for me. No. Not even close. Alright, second round pick. Alright, done deal. Alright, what do I need? I need a halfback. A linebacker. God, if you're watching this right now, you're probably yelling at me. How do you not remember what you just fucking traded away? Halfback, wide receiver, a linebacker. Was it a middle linebacker? It was. Okay. Halfback, wide receiver, middle linebacker. I don't even care who I get. The worse the better at this point, to be honest. Ernest Johnson. Halfback, wide receiver, and middle linebacker. Scotty Miller. Former Tampa Bay Buccaneer. Sorry, you're going to hear that a lot as I go through this. Former Tampa Bay Buccaneer. That's my team. So I'm going to have a soft spot in my heart for former Buccaneers. Hopefully maybe one or two of them will actually want to sign with this Bears team. Might make them a little bit better. Alright. We've traded who we could. Kevin King is still a possibility. I'm going to check injury list and see how long he's out. He's out for 3 weeks. Is that just long enough to take us past the trade deadline? It is. God damn it. Oh well. 1-5. We are cooking. Oh, it does take a little bit longer to sim when they do the mock drafts. Still, it's not. I still don't feel like it's as long as it was last year. Yeah, we are just getting killed week after week. It is auto upgrading. Okay, I wanted to make sure it actually was. This being the first time that I've played through franchise, who knows what's glitchy and what's not. Actually playing games, interceptions are just outrageous right now. I've tried to tune it the best I can. I'm still seeing a ridiculous amount of interceptions. Read options broke. The quarterback always keeps it. I mean, the game when it releases, God love Madden, it's always buggy as hell. Like you don't actually get a complete game until like second or third patch, and then they fix most of the stuff, and then maybe they'll start adding stuff after that. But who knows at this point what works and what doesn't? So it's important to check. Holy shit, we beat the Dolphins. Oh my god, we're on a winning streak. What is going on? Break up the Bears. Can we beat the Falcons? 3 in a row, 4-7. Now we got the Jets, who aren't very good. Could it be? Could we climb to 5-7? No. Oh. Well, good for the Jets. It's time to get our brains beaten in again. We're into the tough part of the schedule. The Packers should beat us by 3 touchdowns. Yeah, just about. Actually, they beat us by exactly 3 touchdowns. That's perfect. All right, limping into the bye week, 4-9. We knew this wasn't going to be a special season. We beat the Eagles. Yes, 5-9. I'm kind of torn right now between wanting to lose so we get a higher draft pick and wanting to win so that maybe we can actually attract some free agents. Because we're going to have a shitload of money to spend, and it's going to be kind of depressing if we can't spend it on anybody because nobody wants to sign with us. 5-11, we're in the cellar. And 5-12. Let's take a look at how that positions us. We're way down there. Holy shit, the Texans went 0-17. Seahawks went 4-13, so we're going to get the 3rd pick. And these 2 teams are probably going to be in the market for a quarterback. So we might get the best non-quarterback, depending on what's out there in the draft class. Let's actually take a quick look. Ooh, there's a Ball State quarterback and a Yale quarterback. Interesting. I don't know. Having not scouted those guys, I don't know how likely, if at all, those guys are to go number 1. This guy looks good. This guy looks real good. Can't wait to see his combine. This guy looks really good. I'd like to see a little bit better agility. But everything else, that might be our guy. We'll move him to defensive end. All right, we'll deal with that when we get to that point in the off season. Right now, we got to get through the playoffs. Contract was extended. I don't know why. I guess they had no choice, but fired some confidence with that 5-12 season. This game does seem lightning fast, though. I appreciate that. This is an old Super Bowl rematch, Patriots and Packers. I can't remember which Super Bowl that was. That was the Desmond Howard Super Bowl, right? Who's going to get the Super Bowl win? The Green Bay Packers. Oh, at least it's just our hated rivals. No big deal. Let's auto upgrade all these scrubs. Do a mock draft. I advanced past staff week. I could not give less of a shit about our staff. I got that all set to auto. Re-sign players. Sorry, Roquan, but you're getting franchise tagged. He's going to be pissed off about that, but it is what it is. I would have thought about signing our fullback, but he's got no interest in re-signing with us. None. Kevin King. A 1-year deal for 4.73 is not that bad. If you'll take that. Alright. So we re-signed somebody. Let that hit the presses. None of these guys are going to re-sign with us. I think it's going to be really hard to sign free agents. All right, let's go ahead and advance to week 1 of free agency. See what's out there. I know in the beta that a lot of people played that I saw, there was a shitload of free agents. The game was glitched somehow, or teams just weren't re-signing players. I kind of hope that got fixed, but I hope that there's still some players out there for us to look at least. Let's take a look. Derwin James, Tom Brady, Lavonte David. There's a lot of guys out there. Brady and Lavonte David are not unrealistic, though, because if you look at the cap situation the Bucs are in, it is bad. Me being a Buccaneers fan, I'm in year 1 of a franchise that I'm playing through right now, and if you try to re-sign Brady, it puts you at negative $18 million for the next season. So you're basically going into season 2 looking at it as it's got to be a bit of a tear down. So the fact that David and Brady aren't back is pretty realistic. Derwin James, I don't know what happened there. I don't know why he's a free agent, but I'm interested. Baker Mayfield didn't get re-signed. Kareem Hunt is out there. I'm pretty good at running back. I could definitely use a wide receiver. I might come back to Smith-Schuster. How do I see who's been offered what? Oh, it shows, okay, it shows teams interested. Status no offer? Is that my status? Or is that the league's? That must be my status. So I guess I don't get to look at what other teams offer? Boy, I'm a little bit confused. This is definitely a different setup. Alright, let's go position by position here. Ooh, I like Nate Davis, but he's not interested. Oh, Deron Payne. Yeah, he likes us for some reason. We're a scheme fit. And we've got a mentor, Robert Quinn. Well, it's a good thing we didn't trade him. Alright, let's give him... Boy, that's a lot of money, isn't it? Let's do a custom offer. Alright, we're listed as the top offer. Our status is in the hunt. Okay. I guess I kind of like that. Now we get to see who's offered him. It looks like I'm allowed 5. Then I evaluate offers. This correctly? They really... I did... I'm stupid. I was going to say doing here, but I turned that off. So that's my own fault. Yannick Ngakoue, I'm definitely interested in. I would be interested in Lavonte David, but he's telling me to fuck off. Oh, boy. There's not a lot of interest in our Chicago Bears. All right. Let's go back to Yannick Ngakoue. Ooh, that's a lot of money for... I mean, we've got money to spend, though, so let's do it. Thinking about going Elton Jenkins. I can always slide Tevin Jenkins inside. Help shore up our offensive line. Because our offensive line is garbage. I'd love to get a receiver, too. I can do both. I got 2 offers left. So I can do Smith-Schuster and Jenkins. Let's do a 4-year deal on Jenkins. Let's see where that puts us. Alright, we got the best offer. And Smith-Schuster. Let's do a 3-year deal on him. Where'd that put us? Okay. Okay, so I've made my 5 offers. If I understand this correctly, now I evaluate offers, and it'll take me to stage 2. Maybe not. How do you get to stage 2 of free agency? Okay, so I signed Derwin James, Deron Payne, Yannick Ngakoue, and Juju Smith-Schuster. So Jenkins has gotten a better offer from the Cardinals. All right, well let's give him a player friendly. I cannot say that word. Player friendly contract. See what that does for him. One of the things I definitely miss from this is you used to be able to see your roster, like your depth chart, at least your top 2 or 3 on your depth chart at each position. I think it was 2, and that's just gone. So now I don't entirely know what I need. I kind of want to go back with like a pen and paper, because I've got 4 more offers to make, and I don't know what I need. In fact, I'm going to do that right now. Excuse me, you can hear my chair moving around, but that was me grabbing pen and paper. All right, let's go through our roster and see what we got. Simeon is just not good. Not good. So maybe we'll bring in a backup. We've got pretty good depth at running back. We need a fullback. We need a wide receiver, a second or third option. Mooney's slot. Tight end. We need 2 tight ends. We need a left tackle. Oh, there, Riley Reef is gone. I don't know if he left in free agency or if he retired. We're working on right guard, because we were going to sign Elton Jenkins and shift Tevin Jenkins inside. So that would solve that. This guy's probably going to get cut. In fact, both of these guys are probably going to get cut. So we could use a left end. God, we could use a lot. That's basically what it comes down to, is this is a bad roster. We did get Yannick Ngakoue, which allows us to move Robert Quinn to the left end. So we're actually not as bad a defensive end as I thought we were. We're doing okay. D tackle, we're pretty good now. We could use 1 more for depth. We do not have a left outside linebacker. We do not have a middle linebacker. It's a good thing we re-signed Kevin King. I kind of just made that snap decision at the last second, and I think it was a good one. Kyler Gordon's up to 74. It's okay. Eddie Jackson's getting a little bit older. Got Derwin James. Is Brisker still a normal dev? Yeah. Okay. So now we got an idea of what we actually need. Go back into free agency. We wanted to look at backup quarterbacks. Mason Rudolph is interested, but I don't want him because he allegedly uses the N-word. Gets beat over the head with his own helmet. Boy. Not a lot of interest. Fullbacks are interested. We could use another wide receiver. And there's just nobody interested. I don't know what happens if we offer one of these guys. If they'll sign at all, or if they'll just completely ignore us. Because, I wouldn't mind having Jalen Reagor. I'll go 4 years on Jalen Reagor at that price. We need a backup tight end. Eric Ebron is off the board. Ooh, I like Irv Smith Jr. quite a bit, but we've already got a starter. And I don't really want to pay that money to him. Foster Moreau, Dan Arnold. This is probably about the area where we need to be shopping for a backup tight end. Let's see if we can go 2 years on Dan Arnold. What he thinks about that. I desperately need offensive linemen. Not Eric Fisher bad. Christian is a possibility. Conklin already signed. What I could do is shift Jenkins to left tackle. Tevin Jenkins to left tackle. I'll keep Elton Jenkins at right tackle. And go get a guard. Like David Edwards. Alright, happy with that. We got one more offer to make. And I need linebackers. I need linebackers bad. Levante David is gone. Tremaine Edmonds, I would love to have Tremaine Edmonds, but he is not interested at all. Anthony Walker is. He's a Northwestern kid. Let's try a 2-year deal on Anthony Walker and see if we can get it done. Oh, I'm on middle linebackers. I'm trying to figure out how to navigate this. We did get Elton Jenkins. That's a big signing. We got David Edwards. I think we got everybody. Everybody but Jalen Reagor, who's still not sure. But he had the lowest interest in us of everybody, so he may just not want to sign with us. There may be nothing we can do. That was kind of the first guy that I targeted that had low interest. We need more outside linebackers. Yeah, I kind of want to see all. Nobody signed Jalen Smith. He just had a pretty good year for us. So I would think he would want to come back. We'll give you a 2-year deal, Jalen. Alright, we need a defensive tackle. We got Deron Payne. Oh, man. Gaines and Nadi are already off the board. So is Hargrave. It gets ugly after that. Can I tempt Ioannidis into signing, maybe? He doesn't have any offers. How about a 1-year deal? Let's see, I still need a fullback. Let's try Gilliam. He should sign right away. We need another guard. This is more of a depth piece. We can bring Mustapher back. Or we can go back after another linebacker. That's probably more important than an offensive lineman at this point. Van Noy, Quan Alexander. There just aren't very good outside linebackers available. Man, I really want Tremaine Edmonds. I'm just not going to win the bidding on him. What's he asking for, just out of curiosity? I don't have the cap room for it anyway. Let's go Eric Wilson. 2 years. Okay, so now I genuinely don't know what to do. Do I put in more offers and then advance to the next stage, or do I just advance to the next stage now? First thing I need to do is look at my targeted players and see who I'm ahead and who I'm behind on. Let's see here. It's still let me put offers in on people, which is strange. I don't know why. Minshew wouldn't be a bad backup. I don't know if I want to pay him. I don't have the cap room. So I've got a rookie reserve at this point that I'm kind of running into. Nick Mullins. Yeah, I think we're good. I think now we advance to the next stage. And then I think it probably starts over again. We're allowed to put in more offers. Alright. See if all of our offers are still there or what. Okay, so we've got one remaining player unsigned. Everybody else is signed. Ioannidis signed. Smith and Rager both signed. So you can get guys who aren't interested as long as they're not getting other offers. That's good to know. That's actually very useful. I do not want to sign anybody else. I need to go back. I need to go back and make sure I get that middle linebacker though. And I believe he signed. Yep. Okay. So we got our fullback. We got our wide receiver number 3. We got our backup tight end. Tevin Jenkins is going to be our left tackle. David Edwards is going to be our right guard. And we've actually got a solid offensive line now. That was a weakness, now it's a strength. We still need a backup right guard. We are good at defensive tackle. We're good at defensive end. We need a left outside linebacker. Probably a backup. Jalen Smith's good enough to start. Middle linebacker. You got Anthony Walker. Corner is going to be something we really need to target. Alright, we are set up for the draft. We're actually not in a bad position. We've got a pretty good team going. Alright, let's advance to the rest of free agency. We don't need to sign anybody else. The rest of our spots we can either fill through the draft or through preseason free agency. I kind of wonder what free agency recap does. Oh, okay. It just shows you where people signed. Oh, look at that. Tom Brady's back to the Patriots. Alright, one thing I am noticing here is all the top free agents signed, other than a kicker. And some of the running backs didn't. So that's a holdover from last year. A lot of running backs did not sign. Scouting private workouts. Who do we want to give our private workouts to? We do not need a quarterback. I like this guy. This guy does not look good. Just disappointing because we need a corner. Looks like there's some good offensive linemen out there, but that's not a need. This guy looks like the best corner of the bunch, but let me view the scouting card. He's a good athlete. Doesn't jump well. And he's only 5'9", so he's more of a slot corner. Let's scout him anyway. I'd like to see more. This guy looks really good. Alright, there's our 3 players we selected. Get some more information on them. Help us make our first round pick, maybe our second round pick, depending on if that corner falls. Alright, let's start the draft.
On the clock now, the Houston Texans. Now the Seattle
Texans
Seahawks
take the defensive end, Dan Colvin. Damn it, that was our guy, wasn't it? No, Alex Wallace is our guy.
The Chicago Bears are now on the clock.
They took the wide receiver. I think that makes this an easy pick. Who was the other guy that we scouted? Fuck, I can't remember. Alex Wallace, though. A to C block shedding, A pursuit, A to C tackle. Zone coverage isn't good, but he's a pass rusher, so I don't care. He's a really good athlete. Yeah, this is the pick. I don't think there's much doubt.
It's the Atlanta Falcons. Now
Ooh, he's a
clock.
normal dev. Oh, that hurts. I still think he's a pretty good player, but it sucks to take a normal dev at number 3.
It's the Bears now on the clock.
That was our corner, Marcus White. He went the pick before us. Oh, God. All right, I got to remember to look at him. He went to Seattle. Ooh, I like what I'm seeing here. strength is just decent. But he's an agile lineman.
It's the Atlanta Falcons.
At worst, we can slide him in to right guard.
On the clock now, the Chicago Bears.
I'd like to get a linebacker or a corner here. It depends on what's available. We don't know what his zone coverage is. Ooh, he's slow. No. His running back looks pretty good. Let's take a look at him. Oh, he's a great athlete. He doesn't have his straight line speed. He does have straight line speed. He doesn't have good agility. His change of direction is poor. Ugh, not crazy about that. Let's check out this tight end real quick. Oh, this is our guy. He's not strong, but he's a good pass receiver.
Next up, it's the Dolphins on the clock.
That's fine. He fills a need for us. Hopefully he'll be an okay player.
The Chicago Bears are on the clock now.
Nigel McDaniels looks somewhat interesting. Alright, he's a good athlete. He's got good size. D-zone coverage. This has a slot corner. Slow again. Why is everybody so slow? This guy looks good. Might just double up on tight ends. Let's try it.
The Green Bay Packers are now on the clock.
Just taking best player available at this point.
The Chicago Bears are now on the clock.
Alright, we can get a second and a seventh. Second and a sixth from the Niners. But is that going to be better than a second from the Bucks, who don't have a quarterback? I'm going to take the Bucks second round pick and hope it's a high second rounder.
It's the Bears now on the clock.
Nobody's going to give me a third rounder, are they? Yes, they are. The Rams and the Niners. I'm going to take the Rams.
The current pick has been traded. With the next selection, the Falcons are on the clock. On the clock now, the Chicago Bears.
See if I get a 4th round pick out of this. Yep, the Texans. Carolina. Texans were the worst team in the league last year, so I'm going to count on them being bad again.
We have a trade. The Chicago Bears are on the clock now.
All right, 7th round pick, late 7th rounder. What do we need, if anything, an outside linebacker? This guy's actually a pretty good athlete.
The 49ers on the clock now.
I'm happy with that. He might actually make the team.
The Chicago Bears are now on the clock.
Let's see if there's a kicker or a punter out there. It used to be you just take the biggest kicker. Is usually the best. Looks like this guy right here. Here's the biggest punter. What is KAS? Kicking accuracy, short accuracy? Why would short accuracy be A? This kicker looks like the best kicker, so we're going to take him.
On the clock now, the Jacksonville Jaguars.
93 kick power. Doesn't show his kick accuracy. Oh well. Alright, that gets us through the first year of the draft. Draft recap. I really want to see how good that corner is that went to Seattle. Alex Wallace is okay. Tomlinson in round 2 was a pretty good pick. The tight end we took in round 2 was a miss. But we came back and took another tight end, and it was actually a hit. The kicker we took in round 7 is pretty good. The outside linebacker we took in round 7, not so good. It was a pretty mediocre draft. Pretty mediocre. The best player was the wide receiver that went number 2. Man, would have liked to have had him, but he went right before us. Pick 1, Dan Colvin, 73 overall, hidden dev. Our pick wasn't bad, we just didn't have the dev trait. That's a good pick in the 2nd round. Fourth round right guard, Andy O'Dowd. Alright, where's that corner? There he is. If this guy has a dev trait, I'm going to be heartbroken. Oh my god. We were going to take him. We were going to take him with the next pick. It would have been a great pick. Damn it. Oh, I should have traded up. Oh well. It's just year one. We got time. I hate when I get sniped on picks and they turn out to be great. Alright, well that does it for episode 1 of the Bears rebuild. Hopefully I'll be back soon. Bye. Second thought. Let's get through the preseason. Let's get through the preseason. Why the hell not? That way we can pick up fresh at the regular season next time. We need a backup quarterback. I like Tyrod Taylor. We need a tight end. Is there anybody really young? Nope. Let's go Donald Parham. Alright, let's see what else we need. Man, our team actually looks pretty solid. Fields, Taylor, Simeon. Simeon's going to get cut. Running back room is fine. We got a fullback. Wide receivers are fine. We got too many tight ends. Oh, I forgot I drafted 2 tight ends. No, I do not need Donald Parham. Goodman's definitely going to make the team. Tyler Woodard is probably going to be put on the practice squad and might be claimed. Earl Tomlinson. I don't know what to do with him. It's like he's too good not to start. I guess he's going to back up at right guard for now. It's a good problem to have, too many offensive linemen. Good at defensive end. Good at defensive tackle. We need a left outside linebacker. Oh, Alex Wallace he's a defensive end. He's got to go to right end. Styles can go to left outside linebacker. Actually, he's good there, pass coverage. Let's move Sanborn to left outside linebacker. Well, this is a 75 defensive end. I might just start him over Robert Quinn. and hope he gets a dev trait. Good there. We could use a corner. I love Bo Peep, but I don't think he's going to make this team. And we've got a good rookie kicker, but I don't... Is it worth letting Cairo Santos go? I guess. Alright, so I need a corner. That's the big need right now going into the regular season. Yeah, there should be some out there. Yes, there are. Let's go with Emmanuel Mosley or Darius Phillips. Let's go Darius Phillips. I would like to change our schemes for year 2. I'm fine running the Bears playbook. But I want to run New England's playbook for my offense. I want to run multiple zone run. This is the offensive scheme. Let's try this. Justin Fields. Let's auto reorder our depth chart. I don't care about that until we get to the regular season. I'm actually surprised this team is this good this early. Who are we getting trade offers on? Ioannidis? I'm not trading him. I'm expecting to win. Decline. Alright, we got 7 players to cut. I'm sorry to say, Bo Pete Keys is going to be one of them. Trevor Siemian's going to be one of them too. Man, I am torn at tight end. We just signed Dan Arnold. I don't want to take the cap hit. But I don't really want to lose Tyler Woodard if I put him on my practice squad. I think that's what's going to happen. Alright, I need to cut some defensive ends. Snowden. Dominique Robinson getting cut. It's It's less of a cap hit if I cut Muhammad. So I'm going to do that. Plus Mario Edwards can play some defensive tackle on the pinch too. Ooh, Roquan's hurt. 1 week. Bo Pete's getting cut. And finally, I've put off my decision on kicker long enough. I'm going to put McDonald on the practice squad and hope he doesn't get signed. That should get us down to 53. It's not going to tell me. Yeah, there it is. Current roster count, 53. Okay. And we advance to week 1 of the regular season. All right. So we're good to go for season 2 next time. That does it for episode 1 of the Bears rebuild. Hope you enjoyed.